All right, everybody, we are here. Finally, another edition of the 0 Hour presented by Aries Fight Series. And tonight we are going to talk with Teryn Simmonds from Nashville MMA. Teryn is on the upcoming Fair Fight Show in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to go down September 17th, Nashville Fairgrounds during the Nashville Fair. So it's going to be a great time. Teryn, thank you so much for joining us. How are you feeling right now?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Hey, that smile on your face, I think, says it all. I know you've been at Nashville MMA training for a while now, probably about 2 years is what I hear.
Yep.
And you're a name that, we've heard over and over again. Can you find her a fight? Can you find her a fight? Can you get her something? It's not always been easy. I think it's fair to say that the female pool of fighters out there is kind of shallow.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're specifically a discipline like Muay Thai, it even narrows more because a lot of the girls are into MMA and they want to grapple and they want to fight. But you are what I would call kind of that traditionalist. You have been a Muay Thai trained fighter now. Well, you will be an official fighter here after September
Yep.
17th, but you've been training Muay Thai for so long, and that is your passion, your love, your discipline right now, and it is finally going to happen. How does it feel? How does that feel right now?
Oh, I'm just ecstatic. Like, I've been waiting for the opportunity to get in there and get in with some of the action for a while now. And I've had like a few times where we thought we were going to get a fight and then it fell through last minute. So it's been a lot of ups and downs. But all of my teammates, they've all been telling me, like, hey, it's a waiting game. Like, this is part of it. And when your time comes, then just be ready. So I've just been training hard and working hard, just getting ready for the day.
Well, you definitely have a lot of training partners there that can help you with some advice and have been through it so many times. The
Right.
training, the build up, and then the letdown. Things that are out of your control and pull outs and dropouts and things like that. So they definitely gave you some great advice. Is just stay focused and everything will happen for a reason. And it happens on a time frame for a reason.
Yeah.
I think back to last year, a teammate of yours, Zach Hicks. I mean, a long layoff, long, injury and comeback, and he's got to fight, and his opponent drops out after weigh-ins. Things like that
Right.
are so hard to deal with, but you just gotta wait it out. So before we go any further and talk about the upcoming fight, this is your first time on our podcast here, and so let's let the people at home get to know you. How did Teryn Simmonds become uh, a fighter, training to step in a cage and get punched in the face? How did that happen? What led you to where we're at right now, which is basically about a week or so out from cage time?
Yeah, so basically, my one friend, Melina, she talked me into joining her at a boxing class years ago. And so I started going just for general workout class. And then eventually my husband and I joined title boxing. And the more I did it, the more I was like, I just want to like do more. Like, I want to be a fighter. So then from there, I transitioned over to Nashville MMA. And as soon as I set foot in there, they got me started and got me going on training and learning Muay Thai and all of that. And I've just loved it ever since. And I just can't get enough of it.
Well, in this business, we got to do a little Facebook stalking. So, I've had the pleasure of becoming your Facebook friend, Teryn.
Yeah.
And what I did notice is you're right about a year into the marriage to your husband. So you've kind of about
Yep.
that 1 year anniversary that just happened. How is this? You said you and him, went into title, just kind of a workout, get in shape kind of thing. How has he taken to this? what started out as, hey, let's go join a gym together and get in shape, to my wife is fixing to step in a cage and get a door locked behind her, and there's going to be an opponent staring her across the cage that wants to punch her in this face.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been supportive of me the whole step of the way, and I mean he goes to Muay Thai a lot of the times with me, so we've kind of trained together for the last couple years. But he knows that I'm ready, and he believes in me, and he always tells everyone, "Worry about my opponent, not about me,"
Well,
because he
that's
knows I've
awesome.
got this.
So, athletic background, is this something that's just completely, new to you, as far as becoming an athlete, about to step in the cage and officially become an MMA or not an MMA fighter, but a Muay Thai fighter? Did you have a background in sports? Did you play anything in high school?
Yeah, so actually, like ever since the age of like 5 or 6, I was in competitive swimming all the way up through high school. That was always my main sport that I did, but on top of that, I also ran track and cross country. So I stayed pretty active throughout. But I would say in my adult life, I like recently lost like quite a bit of weight, like around like 50 pounds or so, about like in the last 4 years. And so this has just been, Muay Thai has been kind of part of my like journey to becoming more fit and stuff like that. So
It's funny you say that, because I have found over the years, that's not an uncommon story here lately, it seems. I think even your opponent on September 17th has kind of been through that same journey. A
mhm.
lot of females that we've met, in the Knoxville area, that's kind of how things started for them, where this was just a personal journey to get healthier, get in shape, shed some pounds, and feel better about yourself. But in that process, was there just something that just kind of clicked and you went, okay, I'm getting in shape, and now there's a hunger there to take this a little further?
Yeah, I would say that I definitely have a very like competitive personality. So I like competition, I like challenges, and I kind of tend to like find a huge goal to work towards. And I think this has just been one of those. Like I was like, I'm gonna set out to do this, and I'm not gonna give up, and I haven't yet. So, and that's what brought me to getting now ready for my first fight. So.
Is this something that you have found? This is a kind of, I wouldn't call it a bucket list thing, but a challenge that you've put in front of yourself, and this is kind of a personal thing for you. But have you found in your journey that you also see this as an opportunity, or have you haven't been able to use this as an opportunity to talk to other people that were in the same situation you were in when you first started, as far as using Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, and things like that to lose the weight, to make yourself feel better, and just get healthier? Have you had a chance to take your experience and maybe talk to others about that?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm a eyelash extension artist, so I talk to a lot of women every day, and I have a few that actually have recently started going to title boxing for a workout, and they love it. And they kind of started it from hearing me talking about all of what I do at Nashville MMA and stuff like that. So that has been fun to kind of inspire others to do the same.
And you told them, be careful, this is how it all starts. You go to title MMA, and next thing you know, you're stepping in a cage
Oh
in a week. All
yeah. Yep.
right. Well, we've learned a little bit about your background. We've gotten to know what you do for a living and all that good stuff. Now it's time to talk about what's going to go down and happen September 17th. Standing across from you will be someone that you are familiar with. Nashville, while it's a big booming city, the community of combat sports is small. A lot of gyms in the area, a lot of people that spend time at one gym, move to others, and things like that. So Ashley Brim is someone that you're not foreign to. You know her. Is she someone that you have crossed paths with in the past and trained with? Is it someone you know that intimately, or do you just know who she is?
For the most part, I basically just know of her. I think she was maybe at Nashville MMA one time. I saw her as I was coming in. She was kind of going out, so I never had any opportunities with talking to her or training with her. I just know about her from what my teammates have told me.
So, without giving away a lot of your game plan, let's just talk about what you know about yourself. So, for people that are going to buy the ticket, who are going to show up, that maybe don't know who Teryn Simmonds is and has no clue what they're getting ready to watch, how would you evaluate your fight game? What are your strengths that you feel are going to shine on September 17th?
Definitely like my height helps me quite a bit. So I do have like a little bit of advantage there. But mostly just basically working with my coach, Dorian Price. He's really worked with me on building up my game and perfecting it. And so I'm just ready to get out there and put it to good use.
Would you say that there is some jitters, some nerves right now, or is this just full on excitement and just confidence and raring to go?
Yeah, for the most part, I've just been anxious for the day to get here. I'm excited. I'm ready to get in there. And I would say that I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I'm sure the day of, since it is my first fight, there will be a little bit of nerves, per usual for everyone. But I'm just really excited to finally have the opportunity to get in there.
So, do you think I get the pleasure of doing a little ring announcing in between this promoting gig? Do you think when I call that Teryn Simmonds name, are we going to have a big pop in the crowd? Are you expecting a lot of support there on the 17th?
Oh yeah, I've got a crew coming down from my home state in Wisconsin, and then I've got another pretty big crew that'll be here from the Nashville area as well. So I'm expecting to have a pretty big support group.
Awesome. Well, one thing I'm definitely not going to make you give away, but just let me know because you know what? It's all about the walkout song. Do you know what your walkout song is going to be?
I'm still trying to nail down which one I'm gonna have, but I have about three that are in the back of my mind that I just have to decide on.
When you're in the car, do you play them over and over again and see which one you kind of have you been going through a few of them to see which one gives you that feeling?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
All right.
especially like I'll play them when I'm training or out for a run too, and I just see what one gets me hyped up. So I just kind of have to make that decision here
It's
before
coming.
the.
We're going to send that questionnaire to you next week. So you've got about, maybe about 4 or 5 days before you got to put it on paper and make it official. Well, Teryn, I know, like I said, this is probably kind of like your last big push week, getting things wound down for next week. Do you have any? You talked about your weight loss journey. Do you have anything still that you're cutting for the fight, or have you pretty much got yourself where you need to be to where next week is kind of smooth sailing for you?
No, pretty much the moment that we decided what weight we were fighting at, I was already on weight, so I've just kind of been smooth sailing.
All
So
right.
yeah.
All right. Well, this is your opportunity, Taryn. This is the first time, like I said, you're getting to talk to, our Aries fans and the religious fans that watch the 0 hour when we post one up. This is your time to send out your shout outs, thank yous, anybody that you want to recognize that helped get you to this point. This is your time to tell them thank you and get some practice in for future fights when you have to remember all these friends, sponsors, training partners. So I'm gonna let you have the mic for a second and give a shout out to people that deserve it.
All right. Yeah, of course. First off, I want to thank my husband for putting up with my crazy training schedule and always supporting me through everything. And then, of course, my coach, Dorian Price, like I tell you, he's really turned me into a completely different fighter than when I first started. And I'm feeling really confident thanks to all of the tools and knowledge that he's given me. And then of course, the rest of my teammates on the Nashville MMA fight team. They've all been great. They've all treated me just like one of the guys pretty much. So I am toughened up and ready to get out there. And then, of course, to all of my friends and clients and my family, everyone that has supported me along the journey.
Well, definitely talking to the guys in the gym, they only use one word when they've described you to me, and that is a killer right now. So, September 17th, I'm excited because I think this is going to be a great match. I think it's going to be a great bout and matchup. And I'm expecting, not to sound cliche, but guys, watch out because the girls find a way to steal the show. And I got a feeling that Teryn Simmonds and Ashley Brim are going to steal the show from the males on September 17th. So,
Oh, yeah.
Teryn, thank you so much for taking time out. I know you had to train tonight, come home, do the family thing, taking the time out to sit down with us. And we will talk to you. I'm going to guess a lot next week.
All
And
right.
so good luck on the end here of training camp. And guys, do not forget September 17th, the Nashville Fairgrounds. Head on over. I'll tell you right now, the tables are limited at this point. There are only a handful left. You can get those at www.nashfair.fun. And do not forget that your fight ticket actually gets also includes a ticket to the fair. So if you've got family members, kids that you had planned on bringing to the fights, come early. Go ahead and come in, take your family around to the fair, get a funnel cake, or after the show, go ride some rides after the show and celebrate. So that's www.nashfair.fun. Get your tickets now while they last, because I do not expect that any of those VIP tables will be left on fight day. So, Teryn, thank you once again, and good luck on September 17th.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.